Well, we had a lot of talk about it earlier in the programme. The Criminal Justice Inspection Northern Ireland has today published the findings of its inspection into the independence of the Office of the Police Ombudsman for Northern Ireland from the Police Service for Northern Ireland. Now, the inspection, which was actually carried out at the request of the Police Ombudsman, Al Hutchinson, has had a number of findings, many of them speculated on, many of them leaked, but now officially in the public domain. And let me say good morning to indeed the Chief Inspector of Criminal Justice, Dr. Michael Maguire. Dr. Maguire, good morning.
Good morning.
The Police Ombudsman, Al Hutchinson, regretting now that he ever called for this particular inspection?
Well, I think the important issue here is one of public confidence in the Office of the Ombudsman. It's an extremely significant part of the oversight mechanisms in relation to the police, and therefore it's important that we do discuss issues such as this in order to be able to fix them moving forward.
So where are the big problems? The big problems with the historic cases?
Yes, we heard no major concerns, with some exceptions we say in the report, around the completion of current cases. The big issue was with regard to how the Ombudsman's Office dealt with historic cases, the cases in the past. And the primary conclusion from all of this is that the way in which the Office deals with historic cases has led to a lowering of its operational independence. So
the actual Ombudsman's Office, is it fit for purpose?
Well, I think the conduction of inquiries into the past is very complex and very difficult. And what we found in relation to this particular area, that we had significant concerns around this work in terms of the investigative process itself, the way in which sensitive material was handled, and indeed how there was quality assurance in relation to the production of individual reports themselves.
So that sort of terminology would suggest that you don't have much faith in the police ombudsman?
Well, that's not an issue for me. That's an issue for the Minister and others. I mean, my concern is in relation to public confidence in the office. And you'll understand that the decision to suspend investigation, or the recommendation to suspend investigation into historic cases, was not taken lightly. And that needs to be done, I think, in order to fix some of the issues that have been addressed, so that we begin to build confidence again in this important area.
And what can be taken from this today? What do you want to see evolve from this today?
Well, as we've said in the report, what I want to see is that the Ombudsman's Office suspends its investigation into historic cases. And in doing so, that will allow it some time and space to address some of the issues that we've identified in the report. Concerns around how historic or confidential material, sensitive material, is handled, the skills and competencies of staff working in the area. I think there's an audit required, and indeed how cases of this type are prioritised. And the overall message, Frank, is one of, look, we need to stop what we're doing in this area now. We need to fix some of the issues, and in doing so, being upfront and addressing the issues will help to build confidence in the work of the office in this area.
And is there a desire to see these historic cases actually dealt with, because stumbling block after stumbling block seems to come up? Is there a possibility that now they'll be put on the back burner and maybe ignored?
Well, that's not my recommendation. My recommendation is that for as long as the Ombudsman's Office continues to do this work, then it needs to be done robustly in the context of an investigative process that people can have confidence in. So my recommendations are geared explicitly around suspending the work that it's doing in this area, fixing the problems, and then moving forward on a basis that can provide both families and indeed others confidence that what we're doing moving forward. Because this is very important for families. They want answers to questions, and they need to have confidence in those answers.
And do you expect those recommendations to be accepted? And if so, who will do the work?
Well, my understanding is the recommendations have been accepted by the Police Ombudsman. I've always taken the view that this inspection will follow the same process as every other inspection that we do. I will be going back into the Office of the Ombudsman at a time when I decide to do so, to look at the particular recommendations, to look at whether or not they've been implemented. Because I come back to the point that I made at the beginning, Frank, this is about public confidence, and it's important that we rebuild confidence in the process in order to move forward.
Because people have been queuing up in the media this morning to take pot shots at Al Hutchinson. They're all saying he's a really nice guy, but he's not doing a good job.
Well, again, the issue for the position of the Ombudsman is one for the Minister and others, and indeed the Ombudsman himself. My concern at this point is in relation to what needs to be done in order to improve things. I mean, we've identified some management issues in the organisation that need to be addressed. We've identified what is effectively a split within the office itself concerning how some of these cases are handled. These are very difficult and complex issues. It's important that we reflect on what it is that we need to do in order to move forward, because I still come back to the point. The Office of the Ombudsman, indeed the Ombudsman, is critical to oversight arrangement for policing. So it is important that we get that right, and that's what this report is about.
Are you confident the problems can be resolved?
I am confident the problems can be resolved if we address the issues that the report identifies in terms of the handling of sensitive material, the resources that are applied to undertaking historic cases and so on, the kind of issues that we address in the report. Yes, I am confident, but that's why that the office needs a bit of space to address these issues, and that's why we've said now that they need to be suspended.
Were there particular individual cases that you were more concerned about than others?
Well, we don't mention detailed cases in the body of the report itself, other than those that have already been published, and we'll make some comment on those. I think in overall terms, what we saw was a pattern in relation to the handling of historic cases, which tells me that there are issues around the process of conducting investigations, the way in which decision-making works, and that's what it is that we need to fix in terms of moving forward.
Dr. Maguire, thanks for your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Michael Maguire, their Chief Inspector of the Criminal Justice Inspector. Good morning to you. It's 12 minutes to 12 of a morning it is. Where has the day gone?